Most people believe ancient knowledge was destroyed, burned, erased, lost to time. But when you compare early writings across civilizations, something else appears. The core ideas often remain. What changes is emphasis. What changes is direction. And that shift is far more powerful than destruction. In the last video, we saw that ancient knowledge wasn't destroyed, it was sealed. But sealing wasn't the only method. Sometimes knowledge survives by being redirected, and once you see that pattern, you can't unsee it. Let's start with authority. Early sacred writings often describe guidance as something internal, a law written on the heart, inner knowing, direct perception. Later versions of those same traditions begin emphasizing obedience to external command, hierarchy, institution, outer authority. The text still exists, the belief system remains, but the location of control moves. And when authority moves outward, behavior follows. People stop checking inward. They wait for instruction. That's not destruction. That's relocation. Now consider speed. Ancient schools required waiting, long preparation, years before access to deeper teaching. This wasn't elitism, it was filtration. Slow thinking stabilizes perception. Waiting reduces impulsive interpretation. But over time, initiation systems faded, access expanded, information spread quickly, speed increased, but discernment weakened. The knowledge wasn't removed, the filter was. And when you remove the filter, comprehension changes. Now look at symbols. Take the serpent. In early cultures, it symbolized renewal, wisdom, cycle. Later narratives redefined it as corruption, evil, temptation. The image stayed, the reaction flipped. That's the mechanism. If you keep the symbol but reverse its meaning, you don't erase memory, you redirect instinct. Curiosity becomes fear. Engagement becomes avoidance. No need to destroy imagery, just invert it. Then there's language. Early teachings were sharp, direct, almost confrontational. They challenged perception. Over time, language softened. Strong instruction became moral storytelling. Hard edges became comfort. The idea remains, but its urgency fades. And when urgency fades, activation fades. That's how ideas lose power without disappearing. Now let's talk about flood stories. They appear across continents, different cultures, same structure. Most people debate whether they describe historical events, but structurally they describe overload. When systems ignore limits, collapse follows. And what survives? Only what was built carefully in advance. It's not weather, it's a pattern. Overload, collapse, reset. That pattern is repeated globally, not removed, encoded. Here's the larger structure. Destruction creates resistance. Redirection creates compliance. If you ban something, people seek it. If you soften it, they stop reacting to it. If you invert it, they avoid it. If you relocate authority, they stop questioning. That is far more efficient than erasure, and history shows this pattern again and again. So the real question isn't what knowledge was lost. The better question is, where was it redirected? Where did emphasis shift? What was softened? What was inverted? What was accelerated? When you start observing that, you stop looking for missing books, and you start noticing missing intensity, missing edge, missing internal reference. Across civilizations, one pattern remains consistent. Perception must stabilize before clarity returns. Silence before instruction. Delay before revelation. Withdrawal before re-entry. Ancient texts agree on that structure repeatedly. Speed distorts. Calm perception clarifies. That pattern survived everything. It wasn't removed, it was preserved. Knowledge wasn't destroyed, it was repositioned. Symbols weren't erased, they were redefined. Authority wasn't eliminated, it was relocated. And once you see that, you don't need to search for hidden caves. You just watch for shifts in emphasis, inversion, softening, acceleration, relocation. That's the real archive. In the next video, we'll examine something even more precise. How a single word disappearing from translation can move control entirely, and why that matters more than any burned library ever did.